And this is, what did I name you? He doesn't know his name, you guys. Okay. Well, he forgot his name, but it's Dexter. Which is why we're called Team Dexter.
I forgot that.
So you may have seen in previous videos that, Dexter is in a wheelchair. We've done a video where we're at the clinic. And maybe you have some questions. Maybe you're not aware of what's going on with Dexter. So that's why we made this video. We wanted to just kind of bring everyone up to speed and let everyone know, where we're at right now, Dexter's health-wise. Last year, Dexter started getting really bad headaches. And then they just kept getting worse and worse, and pretty soon he kept throwing up, and he was just having such a bad time. And this went on for quite a few weeks. So we kept bringing him to the doctors. Doctors would, kind of look him over and be like, oh, it's the flu. And then finally we took him to the ER because he was just so bad, and they did a CAT scan and saw that he had a brain tumor. So we came to Fargo.
How? You always like me.
Anyway, so we came to Fargo, and it was here that he was diagnosed with stage 4 medulloblastoma, which is a form of brain tumor. So they do surgery, they remove the tumor, but then we have to do other treatments. We have to go to Rochester, Minnesota for proton beam radiation, which was successful, I guess. Not successful in eliminating the tumor, but it reduced the tumor because it actually spread from his brain down to his spine, and that is the reason why Dexter's in a wheelchair. Why are you in a wheelchair?
I can't feel my legs.
He can't feel his legs, yeah. Yes, because the tumor was actually pressing on his central nervous system, which is kind of at the base of your spine, I believe. And yeah, it basically put his nerves to sleep, and so he lost sensation from about mid-waist down. He can't feel anything down here. He's got nothing down here.
You do it 2x4.
So after radiation, we came back to Fargo, and he did chemo, which was pretty rough on him. He slept a lot. He was tired a lot. We had to go into the hospital a lot.
I ate what?
When we did radiation, he ate like crazy. He gained a ton of weight, because they put him on these steroids, and yeah, sometimes people lose their appetite when they're doing radiation, but those steroids really make a difference, and they helped him keep it up. So he gained a lot of weight, actually. Unfortunately, the tumor caused his paralysis, and he has a little bit of paralysis on the right side of his face. It's not always super noticeable, but when he smiles, you can tell a little bit, but it's not enough. It doesn't affect basically anything that he has to do with his face. It doesn't affect his speech. It might have a little effect on his speech, but it's minimal. And then it doesn't affect his eating. So he's good.
Make his head pop out. His head do.
He does have some hearing loss. That's a side effect of the chemo. So we are...
I have to listen to my annoying ear all day, every day.
Yeah, he says it yells at him. I don't know. We're in the process of getting hearing aids. He'll have them in just a couple weeks here. He has made some awesome improvements, though, along the way. For a while there, I had to cath him, which, if you're not familiar, that's when you basically stick a tube into someone's bladder because they can't pee. And luckily he couldn't feel that at all. But now I don't have to cath him because he just pees on his own, which is which is so exciting because that's an improvement. That means that something is changing, that's a good thing.
Except that one day.
What one day?
No.
When you still could feel a little bit at the hospital?
No. Where the stuff was coming out?
That was at the hospital. Yeah. 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 You don't see doctors like flinch very often, but one time when we had to cath him, he bled a little bit. And I was telling the doctors about it, and there was like, I don't know, it was like probably like 2-3 men, 2-3 women, something like that. It was like a team of doctors, and like all the men, like when I was telling them, they were just like, like it was funny. So he missed a lot of first grade, but we were able to finish first grade, and now he is going to be a second grader. He will be 8 years old here pretty soon. We just had an MRI on the 7th, and things are looking good. I mean, things aren't like clear. Like people always ask us, they're like, okay, things look good. Does that mean that like he's in remission?
I feel like
it's all gone.
I feel that you're smacking me.
They don't see any more spots in his brain, which is where it all started, which is great, but they do still see some tumor in his spine. It's a lot better than it was, but it's still a little bit there. But it's not growing, it's not doing anything, so that's good. So for now...
Except they cut open my head.
They did cut open his head. They had to take the brain tumor off. But overall, he's doing so good right now. I mean, when you're first told your child has stage 4 anything, brain tumor, cancer, whatever, it's horrifying. And you think the worst, obviously, but I guess Dexter is just incredibly strong because not only is it stage 4, but then there's apparently substages, and he had like the worst substage. And I mean, they told me right out, they're like, oh, the prognosis isn't great. And here we are, and a year later. I'm like,
port.
That's where his port is. This is his G tube. I don't usually have this extension on, but I just left it on because we're not doing anything. And when he was like getting chemo, I would give him feeds through his G tube, and he would get chemo through his port, which is under his skin.
Squeeze the bed with.
Yeah.
Squeeze.
We don't give him feeds anymore, but I give him medicine through this, and Dexter likes to help me. So it's nice because he doesn't have to take it through his mouth because some of his medicine is way bitter. Oh, another thing, his medicine, I mean, this time last year we were giving him so many meds, and I still have to give him meds every day, but I give him like 4 meds a day versus over 10 meds a day. Like it's just to see him improve over this last year. He's gone through so much. He's gone through chemo, radiation, surgery, multiple surgeries. And like, I mean, he's so tough.
What?
You're just so tough. He's like good spirited. He's tough. He's energetic. Cognitively, he's all good. There were some issues before we had this all diagnosed, like when he was in kindergarten. He got diagnosed right at like, there was like, what, like 2-3 weeks left of kindergarten.
Why did you get on a plane?
Why did I get on a plane?
Why are you the only one that gets all the fun stuff?
Being on a plane is not exactly fun. So, right before all this started, I actually wasn't with him when they found the brain tumor. I was in a suburb of Washington, D.C. because I had just got a software engineering job. And he was just staying with my mom until I finished up kindergarten. And that was like the first time we'd ever really been apart because he's always been with me. But for these few weeks, we were apart. And so a part of me, I was like, okay, he's really sick, but maybe it's just stress. But obviously that wasn't the case at all. But yeah, the plan was for when he was done with kindergarten, I was going to fly back and get him, and then he was going to come back with me, and we were going to have this awesome life where I made a decent living. And
except you never brought me on a plane.
Well, no, because, you know, you got diagnosed with cancer, so things kind of, you know, our plans kind of changed, you know.
Yeah, you never bring me on one.
Dexter, I much would have rather have brought you on the plane and we were somewhere else right now and I was making money, and because right now I can't work, obviously. I have to be his caretaker. Like, I can't just take him to a regular daycare. I got this cute little bracelet I got off of Amazon. I read gray was the brain cancer awareness color. So, I'm honestly not really sure because we asked the neurosurgeon, the really smart lady that took the brain tumor off, if this was cancer, because she kept saying stage 4, tumor, this, that. We're like, is this cancer then? And she's like, well, I don't really like to use the word cancer when referring to brain tumors because cancer can spread everywhere in the body. Like if you have like stomach cancer, it can start spreading to other organs. Whereas brain tumor only spreads to other parts of the brain and the spine. So I don't know exactly what this, if it's exact. I've heard them refer to it as a malignant tumor, so that means cancerous, right? I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is the smart people saved my baby's life. I don't know. I just feel like we're really lucky. So I guess the main reason for this video is I just wanted to update you guys all, just let you know like what exactly is going on with him, where we are. Right now we have no more treatment planned. If it does ever make an appearance, which cross your fingers that it never does again, but it's quite possible that it could, then we'll do more treatments.
We back.
The doctor straight up said we're not out of options if it comes down to that. So, we're gonna hope for the best. We're not gonna even think about that right now. All we're gonna think about is today and how happy and healthy we are today and how we're gonna play and have fun and have the best day ever every single day.
And I'm bored.
And he's already bored. So I'm gonna go make dinner so that we can eat and then we'll probably just play video games. And
What?
I don't know. Okay, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.